So the average person spends around 4 hours daily on their phone. And let's say you're given your phone for your own first phone at 13 years of age, and your lifespan is expected to be 80 years. That's equivalent to 11 and a half years of your life. Yes, brother, you heard me right. 4 hours a day equals to almost 1,500 hours, exactly 1,460 hours through the year, which equivalents at the end of your life about 11 and a half years clearly and only spent scrolling, using in front of the screen, in front of your phone, in front of your laptop, computer, television, cinema, some fucking any source of technology. That's just mind-blowing, to spend 11 and a half years of your life just into nothing, just into scrolling like a fucking retard, like a fucking zombie in front of some screen. That's unimaginable. 10, 20, 30 years ago, 50 years ago, it was internet didn't existed. Phones didn't existed. You would fucking spend your whole day outside, happily with your friends, with your family, doing workings on maybe in your job, or working happily with your parents, with your grandparents, who are easily living up to 80, 90 years old on your farm, in the nature, eating normal food, eating healthy food, drinking water without thinking, is it fucking poisonous or not? Because there was nothing to pollute it, actually. And right now, we spent 11 and a half years of our life into nothing. So in this video, I'm going to literally explain to you how you can save 11 and a half years of your life. The simplest answer, of course it's hard, it's not easy. Nothing in life, it's easy. If it is easy, then probably it's not good for you. The simplest answer for that would be how to spend less time on your phone daily, is to just keep yourself entertained, to keep yourself occupied with other things. So imagine some well-planned day. So imagine some perfect day. You come from school, then you go maybe hit a gym. Then you hang out with your friends. Maybe you ask them to go on some hike. You fucking spend 3-4 hours in the nature. The weather is perfect. It is perfectly sunny outside. You're enjoying, you're having laughs, you're having deep conversations. Then you come home. Maybe you walk with your dog. You maybe hang out with your girlfriend if you have it. Then maybe you work on your business. Maybe if you have a business, probably it's something digital. It's maybe YouTube, it's some fucking social media, it's dropshipping, it's Amazon FBA, it's all of that, it's copywriting, etc., etc. But maybe you work on it, or you speak with some other people who you know about business, maybe you message or meet in real life, or just you sit there, meditate, and just with a journal and a piece of paper and a pen, you think about your business, you give your thoughts some space to exist for 30, 40, 50 minutes, you come with fucking 11 great business ideas, you write them down, and you start thinking how can you implement them. Then you hang out to some restaurant, or you make your own healthy food by your home. Imagine some well-planned day where you have well-planned every single second of the day, how you can spend it productively, where you're also reading books, meditating, journaling, being grateful, sharing love with other people, being social, speaking to other people, enjoying life. And then imagine your normal day. You come from school, from school or from your work, it's about 1 or 2 p.m. You maybe go to the gym, you eat some healthy food, and then what? For the rest of the day, you just scroll. You just waste, because you don't have anything else to do, because you think you don't have anything else to do, because you're just bored. And that's how you spend your 5, 6, 7, 8, or even sometimes even more than 8 hours a day. For the Gen Z, I think the average screen time daily is from 9 to 13 hours per day. We have 24 hours in a day. So just think about, consider it. 1/3 is just gone on sleeping. If you're sleeping 7, if you're sleeping between 6 and 9 hours, most averagely, let's say 8, that's 1/3 just done. Then you have 6 hours or 8 hours, or 6 or 8 hours in your work. So 2/3 of your day are just done. You have 8 hours to do other activities. Then you need to go to sleep. Then not sleep. Maybe you take a nap. You go eat. You go to gym. You talk with other people. You do your homework. Maybe you learn something from school. You change. You commute to your gym, to your school, to your work. You commute. You move. You travel. Many travels to the day. You change your position in your city, in your village. And that's when you do some math, maybe you have like 30 to 40 minutes freely through the day, because you spend 16 hours just on work and school, and now minus 4 hours on your phone, at least 4 hours, you have 4 hours left, and you still need to do your 1 hour training. You still need to eat. You still need to commute to the gym. You still need to do 1,000 different things. Imagine just what you can do daily when you just reduce these, or more ideally to just remove these 4 hours of your screen time. So how do you remove it? Think about for yourself, how can you keep entertained yourself through the day? How can you always have something productive to do? Maybe the best thing will do to shut down your phone after watching this video and get yourself a piece of paper and a pen, like you're journaling, and picture your perfect day. If you could plan your perfect day, absolutely perfect, what could you do? Plan it. So exactly every single second, as best as you can plan. So you go to sleep at 9, let's say. You wake up at 6 or 7. You go to fucking school or at the gym, or maybe if you go to school at 8, you usually wake up at 7:45, but in this perfect morning you wake up at 7. Then you meditate and pray and do some gratitude journaling before school. You look at the sunlight outside. You're spending happy time with your parents, with your family, with your girlfriend or wife, or boyfriend, or some friends. You're texting them, or with your pet. You're spending some happy time. You go to school or you go to work. That's if you can. If you have it, then of course, obviously you kind of need to go. You come home, then imagine yourself doing some training, going to the gym, or you do your training session. Then you come home. Then instead of scrolling, you maybe read. You're really interested in some book, maybe. Subtle, not giving a fuck. How to influence people. 48 Laws of Power, the way of the superior man, the millionaire's fast time. There's 1,000 different books. Maybe you're reading some of these, which I just mentioned, and you just randomly are interested in dating. Then you find some nice book which you never haven't heard of. You never haven't read it, but it says about some interesting theme. About some theme which you're interested in. For example, if you are interested in dating, there is a book called Attached. So go ahead and research about it. Then you go read about it. Then you go and read a little bit of it. And you actually, when you're not reading these bullshit books which you need to read in your school, and when you're reading something you are actually interested in, you start realizing how fucking fun reading is, and not only can be, but is. When you're reading something which you're actually interested in, and when you're learning about it. Then after reading, you go and have a nice time with your pet. Then you maybe go hiking, or go play football, or fucking go coding, go do some do some activities which you actually enjoy, and just plan out all of your day. When you make that imaginary perfect day which you can for yourself, try to follow it as best as you can. Don't think I cannot follow it, because it's impossible. Because when I come from school, I like to go and scroll and watch some Mr. Beast bullshit video, brain rot, while I'm eating, or some shit like that. But again, this is your perfect day. Absolutely perfect scenario. Don't have any restrictions. If you don't have school, don't have any restrictions. Maybe if your parents don't allow you something, but you would like to do it, don't have any restrictions to that. Don't have any restrictions maybe about sleeping, or of course don't make a perfect day to just go and watch porn 10 hours of the day and just to jack off 365 times in a one day. I want to focus on productive things. How you can actually enjoy the day, not some video games and fucking reading and junk food and all of that shit. Maybe sometimes once in 3 weeks it can be okay to go ahead with your friends, to hang out and to have a deep, interesting conversations with some junk food or with some video games, if it can help you, but not to be the primal. But you cannot make your primary focus there. These video games or these burgers or these pizza or that instant gratification you're doing. You need to focus more about your friends, about these deep conversations, about connections, and these video games and some maybe nice dinners, desserts, junk food. Just use them as connections. Some maybe some reason or some nice bonus to that hanging out. But the main focus should there be to have deep conversations and to enjoy time, to spend quality time with your friends. When you create your perfect day, when you have write it down somewhere, so you know at every single second of the day what you can do to be productive, to be interesting, to actually enjoy it. Try to follow it as best as you can. If you think you wouldn't be good enough because you cannot follow it strictly, just compare that perfect day to your normal current day right now, where you're scrolling, when you're having 6 hours of screen time and you're already have bullshit in your normal day. Just imagine 30% of your perfect day. You do it tomorrow. You go have a training, and maybe instead of 60 minutes of reading, you read for 20 minutes. Instead of having fucking some interesting hangout with your friends, some group hanging out, maybe you go with 2 or 3 friends and you spend less time together. You just reduce a little bit of that perfect day. You just do 30% of it, 40% of it, or even maybe 60, 70, 80. Compare that 30 or 60 or 80 or 50 or 20% of that perfect day to your normal day to day. We are having 6 hours of screen time. You jack off, you play video games, you just eat junk food, you just waste time. You waste your you waste your years. Of course, in any equation, in any possible way which you can think of humanly, these at even 20% of that perfect day would be better than your current day. So just try to follow it as best as possible. Of course, it's impossible. Of course, it's almost impossible to have it on every single day perfect, completely 100% perfect. But sometimes, maybe for tomorrow, have it 30% perfect. Maybe in 2 days you wake up with some perfect motivation. You have 80% of that perfect day completed. Then the next day you wake up a little bit bored, and then you do it for 60%, and then you're angry with yourself because yesterday you did it almost perfect, 80% good, 80% of replicated of that perfect day, and today you did it only 60% or 30 or 40 or 20. But then when that happens, when you think yesterday or last week I followed it for 80% or 60% and today I follow it less, just again stop there and compare your current day, which you're trying to replicate that perfect day as best as you can, to your normal life, where you just come home from school, you go to the gym and just you scroll. Of course, it's better. That's the thing you need to do, simply to find some replacements in real life. That are the things which you can do in real life, just to keep yourself busy, to keep yourself occupied. When you have other activities which you are actually enjoying, you stop even thinking. You forgot that phone even exists, and automatically you spend less time on it. These were the things which you can do in real life. Now I'm going to talk about some things which you can do on your phone, actually, to start spending less time. First thing is to turn off all of the notifications. Not strictly all, but for example, what I have on my phone, I went to settings and I found the notification tab, and I just picked some most important apps. So WhatsApp and Viber, so I can receive some messages when somebody messages me, because for most of my unimportant messages, I do it on Instagram. So when somebody messages on the Viber, it's usually a parent or some close friend. So I know it's actually important. Maybe phone calls, SMS, and maybe, or if you have some so important app for business like YouTube Studio or email, for these few most important applications, leave their notifications enabled and follow all of the rest ones. Your games, Instagram, if you're using Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, X, or Twitter, all of that bullshit for all of the rest of notification of applications, turn off the notifications. What will that do? So you won't receive messages from TikTok, from Instagram. You won't receive fucking new video suggestions. No bullshit. And when you actually enter the app, then you will see the messages. So if you are let's imagine you are meditating currently. You're not thinking about Instagram messages. You don't want to read them. You're not interested in them. You're focused on something else, but you get on random. You know this, how Instagram puts like some random Indian account posted a thread you might like, or this motherfucker liked your messages or liked your photos. Then you open up the Instagram to see what it is, and then you accidentally start scrolling, then you start messaging other people, and there you have it. 20 minutes later, you realize you lost 20 minutes to Instagram. But when you actually want to see somebody's message, then you open up the Instagram, and then you actually see all of the messages and all of the notifications you need to do. So that's the first thing. Disable all of the unimportant. Disable almost every notification you can receive on your phone. So only important things like SMS, cell regular calls from your number, from your SIM card, maybe Viber, maybe WhatsApp. If you have some important applications like for school or some business or some things like that, and that's it. The next thing you can do is to go and find the applications you spend the most time on and find out if they are important or not, and to delete as much of them. If you see yourself that there's sometimes even an example like this. Your screen time, for example, is 3 hours, but out of those 3 hours, you have TikTok, for example, TikTok or Instagram or YouTube, but let's say for this reason TikTok, for 2.5 hours, and then you realize you only use your phone for 30 minutes for messages or shit like that, and for the rest of the 95% of the time, for the rest of the 2.5 hours, you just use TikTok. So if you deleted TikTok, you would save 2.5 hours daily on screen time, so you can do better things and enjoy your life. You can enjoy your life more in the real world, and your screen time would automatically drop to maybe not 30 minutes, but when you compare it a little bit logically, legit, it would be like maybe 45 or 50 minutes, because when you don't have TikTok, you would be bored, and if your screen time without TikTok is 30 minutes, this some overcomplication or a little bit cheating, you would maybe sometimes be bored, so maybe you open up Instagram or some other applications so you can get the dopamine back, and your screen time maybe would increase a little bit, but you would lose it. So delete the most used apps you have on your phone which you don't actually need, like TikTok, maybe Instagram, maybe Twitter. If you're fucking using Snapchat and you're a man older than 14 years old, don't call yourself man. No, you're still a boy. Just delete the fucking Snapchat. There is no excuses to use a Snapchat as a man if you're older than 13 years old. If you're still 12, 13, 14, then it's okay, fine. But if you're 15 or older, there is no excuses. Delete Snapchat right now. And of course, I say because I assume you waste the most time on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube. But if you have your business there, of course, do not be fucking retarded and go ahead and continue using them. So you have your business still running, but if you're wasting your time, delete them. Next thing you can do is, which actually helps you with your sleep. On Xiaomi phones, it's called reading mode. On iPhone and Samsung ones, and if you have Nokia or some other phone brands, you can find it in your settings. It's called blue light filter. Only for Xiaomi, I know it's not called blue light filter. It's called reading mode. So what does that thing do? When it's about getting dark outside, as you can see right now, right here, it's getting dark. It's getting dark outside. So that's why I have my light here. There are, if you know what pixels are on the phone, so you have a billion squares in your screen. You have a little square with red, green, and blue color, and all of these like light, red, green, and blue combined, so you can present color, so you can see something on your screen. And these blue colors, blue pixels, we also get them from the sun outside. So what our brain thinks when it's getting, if you see yourself that you cannot fall asleep before 12, before 1 a.m., before 2 a.m., before 3 a.m., 4 a.m. in the morning, it's because that blue light from your phone which you're getting is mimicking the sun, and your brain still thinks there is sun outside, so you shouldn't go to sleep. But if you can just try it for yourself, turn on the reading mode or blue light filter on your phone 90 minutes, 2 hours, 3 hours before going to sleep, and see how you can literally 10 minutes after turning it on, you are instantly more feeling sleepy, because there is no that blue light anymore. Your brain doesn't think there is the sun outside anymore, so you should prepare for sleep. You can maybe find it for yourself, maybe when you're going to eat something at night at 11, 12 p.m. at 1 a.m. and when you shut down your phone to prepare something, you probably start feeling sleepy because you didn't use your phone exactly like this, because you didn't receive that blue light from your phone. So when it starts getting dark outside, like at 7 p.m., at 8 p.m., when the sun starts rising down, turn on the schedule on your phone, so your phone automatically turns on the blue light filter. So that way you're going to feel more sleepy, and you're going to start going to sleep earlier. These are another two quick things which are combined, is to shut down the to rise to wake and tap to wake. These are the code options, like when your screen is shut down, and when you press it 2 or 3 times, your screen turns up. Or when your phone is laying on a table or your chair or some shit like that, and when you pick it up, it automatically turns on. Turn that off, so you have your phone as manually as possible. Only when you press that power button, then it turns on, so you don't see any bullshit notifications, any shit like that. So you're more mindfully using your phone. You're more aware when you want to have actual physical contact a little bit, to press that button when you want to turn it on. The next thing is, which it's so easy to do, but you find out how you unconsciously you're using your phone. Right now, pause this after I say this. Pause this video and do it. Go on your phone and just change the location of your most used apps. So for myself, it's my Instagram. I have a password on my Instagram app, and I change it every 2 to 3 days. So I always need to remind myself. It's not because I want to hide it from somebody or some shit like that. I want to hide it for myself. So every 2 to 3 days, I need to stop, because if you have it the same password, you're just going to have muscle memory, and that's it. But when I see it's wrong, I need to stop and think, what's the password? And while I'm thinking what's the password, I may as well ask myself, why the fuck again I want to use Instagram, so just stop. But do this. Just change the location of your most used apps on your phone. So if you have your Instagram somewhere stored in the folder, maybe get it out of the folder and just move it on the next page or the page before, or put it in another folder. Just change its location. And you're going to find yourself unconsciously when you're using your phone, when you're scrolling, without any reason, you just want, from muscle memory, you open up your phone and you just go strictly to the page where you have your Instagram, your TikTok, your most used app, and you just start clicking there. And when you click on that thing and nothing happens, you don't open Instagram or you open another app which replaced its location, you're going to you're going to get that strike in your head, like, fuck, why am I doing this? And you're going to you literally caught yourself while trying to use Instagram or TikTok or other apps unconsciously. Just try it right now, do it, and you're going to find the difference. So thank you for watching this video till the end. I hope I helped you. So to rewind, the most important and simplest thing is to find these literal distractions, to find other better things to do in your normal everyday today life, and so like that you're just going to replace the time you spend on your phone when you have something better, when you always have something better to do in real life. So take a brother for today's video till the end. Pretty proud of yourself. If you're interested in my coaching program, I have it. Check it. You can check it out in the description. I even recently got a first review on it. So for my client, which I personally helped, you can read his thoughts about my coaching when you click down that Fiverr link in the description, and also get some bonuses. So if you're interested, just scroll down to the description and just read it. You have everything explained better there. Thank you for watching this video till then. Remember, you either take the chance or give it to somebody else. Subscribe if you like my message, if you like the way I talk on these videos. Keep coming back to the channel for even more valuable knowledge. See you in the next video. Goodbye, brother.